So let's say we're given the following three functions. We've got f of x equals 2x minus 1, g of x equals negative 3x plus 5, and h of x equals 2x minus 3. And let's say I give you the problem 6 f of 7 minus 3 g of 4. So what's the first thing we need to do? First thing we need to do is find the values of each function. Okay, first thing we're going to do is find the values of each function. So that means the first function is f of 7. And we already know that means that the input is 7. So I plug in 7 into my function. Instead of 2 times x minus 1, I get 2 times 7 minus 1, which gives me 14 minus 1, which gives me 13. Okay, and then I've got g of 4. So that means I'm going to take negative 3 times 4, add 5. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12, plus 5 gives me negative 7. Okay, so once you find the values of each function, now that's easy. I can substitute these values in place of the former. So if I had f of 7 here, this f of 7, we know, is the same thing as what? 13. So instead of saying 6f of 7, I can just say 6 times 13. And then minus, instead of g of 4, I can say g of negative 7. Or sorry, 3 times negative 7. I apologize. This is easy to solve. We know 6 times 13 gives me 78. And we know 3 times negative 7 gives me negative 21. And we just do 7 minus negative 21, which is the same thing as 7 plus 21, which gives me 99. This is the answer to my problem. So all these numbers are saying that we haven't seen before is that you're going to get the function, and then after you find what the value is from these inputs, you're going to multiply it by the number and then do whatever operation it tells you to do. Now in a problem like this, oops, that's the number I wanted to use. If I say 3 times, for time's sake, let's do 6 f of 7 minus 3 g of 4, so that we don't have to go through all those steps again. You do the same exact thing, and we knew that all this equaled 99, and then at the end of it, guess what we're going to do? We're going to multiply all that by 3. So as we saw earlier, we found f of 7, which gave us 13. We found g of 4, which gave us negative 7. We'd multiply 6 times f of 7, which was 13, to get 78. We'd multiply 3 times g of 4, which means 3 times negative 7, which gave us negative 21. You subtract, and you get 99. So at the end of this, we would actually do 3 times 99, and that gives me 297. Okay, so this ends up being my answer to this problem. And again, we've already done practice. You could have variables in here, you could have expressions in here as your inputs. Now please go and look at the review sheets, or review sheet that is online, and the answers are there with step-by-step work as well. All right, thanks guys.